Video games. Love them, hate them, however you feel, they've been a part of pop culture and a media explosion over the past few decades. Today, few mediums rival the revenue and popularity that exists in gaming. From the arcades of years past to AAA releases today, video games are undeniably big business. Companies tend to have just one goal in mind: make as much money as humanly possible. And game publishers are no exception. With the popularity of online gaming, publishers tried to tack on the charges wherever they could. Bonus maps, player outfits, special guns, you name it, they've tried it. But one little notorious microtransaction stands out. Enter the loot box.
You don't, because there's no point not.
Because what if you...
Oh my word!
This is a loot box. Tons of titles have them today, and they're not exactly the same from game to game. But the idea is, each loot box unlocks a random item or set of items for in-game use. To say they've become popular in the game industry is an understatement.
Yep, that's right. The glorified gambling that made Overwatch feel unrewarding and has steadily come to infest the world of so-called AAA video games is being ham-fistedly shoveled into Lord of the Rings.
The gimmick is that it's a game of chance. You can get something great or crappy. That's how they get you to spend more, by always dangling the chance at a rare item in front of your face. These things make tons of money, and no game today is safe from the possibility of having these as a paid feature. Aw yeah, Star Wars baby. Everybody knows Star Wars. Even if you're not the biggest fan, chances are I don't even have to tell you this guy's name and you already know who he is. Tons of people love Star Wars. Boys and girls of every age clamor for this franchise, and I bet some of you will go out to catch the new movie this Christmas. Kids really love Star Wars, and the only thing a young Star Wars fan likes more than Star Wars is Star Wars games. Lucky for them, a brand new Star Wars game is out just in time for Christmas with all their favorite heroes and villains. Star Wars Battlefront 2 by EA lets players live through the battles they've seen in the movies and play online around the world. Oh, and also gamble. As you may have guessed, this game too has loot boxes, and oh boy are they predatory. The contents can range from bonuses and advantages for players to have, or just crappy emotes and animations. This means that players can spend real-world money in order for a chance to get ahead in the game. The door will be open for kids and adults alike to wager their money for a desired outcome. Sounds suspiciously similar to gambling if you ask me. On top of that, EA locked away the most iconic Star Wars characters in the game like Yoda and Darth Vader behind paywalls. These credits can be earned after hours of gameplay or by the player forking up their hard-earned cash. This game is already out just in time for the holiday season and the latest movie in the series. Tons of kids will want this game under their tree this Christmas, with millions playing online. Instead, what they'll get is a Star Wars themed casino disguised as a shooter. Now, this whole fiasco has come at a cost for EA, thankfully. The controversy has caught the attention of mainstream media. Legislative bodies from Belgium, Australia, and the state of Hawaii have been looking into regulating loot boxes as gambling. On top of that, they really pissed off a lot of people on the internet. So, mostly because I think it's funny, I present to you the lovely backlash of EA's actions. All joking aside, these loot boxes are a serious matter. If you don't think this is a real problem or that I'm making mountains out of molehills, let me give you some personal insight. I work at a GameStop, and the amount of times I've had people come in to sell their game collection for digital currency is staggering. Quite often it's kids. While these kids don't have their own money to gamble away online, someday they will. And it's games with schemes like this that are turning them on to gambling at a young age. Just look at this example of a 19-year-old who spent $13,000 on microtransactions over a couple years.
$13,500.25 on games like Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Smite, and The Hobbit: Kingdoms of Middle-earth over the past 3 years. His gambling addiction began at the young age of 13 with a browser-based city-building game similar to Clash of Clans.
These loot boxes are a serious problem, and the fact that it's now getting mainstream attention is a great thing. I feel the Hawaiian State Representative said it best, so I'm gonna let them lead us out.
This game is a Star Wars themed online casino designed to lure kids into spending money. It's a trap.
Some of you folks who are a little older may remember a character by the name of Joe Camel. He's not around anymore, and we didn't allow Joe Camel to encourage your kids to smoke cigarettes, and we shouldn't allow Star Wars to encourage your kids to gamble.